We have reached the part of the podcast where we are talking NASCAR, and just like he's here every single week, Brandon at Boston Boy 83 has stopped by. Brandon, how you doing today, my man?
Looking to have some luck at the circus this weekend.
So we're going to Dakota, and there's this big rule change this year with the choose the lane. Why don't you tell everybody what that is?
Yeah, so at all your ovals, you have the choose cone, basically, even though it's a line in the track. Every driver picks low or high. If you touch the line, it's a penalty. You go to the back. It's happened before. But long story short, choose inside or outside. It's never happened at a road course. They're doing it this weekend. So it'll be interesting with that really sharp uphill, sharp left turn. If you're going to see a lot of drivers take the inside to not get pushed out, if you're going to see guys further back take the outside to move up. So seeing a choose at a road course, it will be interesting to see the strategy after, I'd probably say stage 2 when they go to choose.
Now, last year was interesting. What do you remind everyone what happened last year?
Chastain had the lead. Dinger kind of pushed him out the way a little bit. Bowman came into the mix. And Ross, the watermelon man himself, sent both of those guys into the not even grass, rubble, whatever you want to call it, to win. I think it was his first race, his first NASCAR race. Yeah. So it was down to the wire, and it was probably one of the best road course finishes I've ever seen.
Now, I have 3 drivers I'm betting to win in 2 top 10s. How many drivers are on your betting card for Sunday?
I've got 4 winners and possibly 1 top 10 that I'm going to side with you.
So since I have 5, I'll kick us off. My first one, I'll start with my top 10. This is just a principal play. I see Denny Hamlin at top 10 at plus 155. I have to lock it in. I know he struggled recently at road courses, but when you see 6 top 10s in his last 15 road races, and just with the history of him in the car, and I'm getting plus 155 at a top 10, that's just a principal price play right there. I'm sorry. I wish I had these data points to back it up. But 6 out of 15 top 10s, Denny Hamlin, give it to me plus 155 all day.
Can't argue with that. I'm going to go right to my winner. That it's going to be right at the front. He's been there all season. He won the race last year. I'm going to Ross Chastain himself, 8-1. I just can't steer away from him. It's a good number. It's a guy that won the race, and it's a guy that's been competitive every single race this season. So I can't not bet against the Watermelon Man this week at 8-1.
Chastain is one guy I bet to win as well. Just looking at it, 8-1. There's been 2 races here. Of the 2 races, he's led the most laps. He's led 28.5% of all laps ran at this course. And the 2 races here, he's won it, and he's a 4th place. So he's done very, very well at this track, and he's had a good start to the season. So Chastain, 8-1. I'm all on him as well. Next bet, my friend.
Me and you both know we're going to have this one together. The Dinger himself, 12-1. Any road course I ever see this man at 8 to 12-1, or 8 or higher, I should say. He's a road course guy, period. Dominated Xfinity Series. He's up front against Chastain last year. Every road course, the man's there. And now with Elliott not running this week, that takes him out of the equation. So I can't not bet the Dinger at 12-1.
Backing up your point, I'm on the Dinger as well. Looking at it, he's got 12 career wins at a road course. 12 career wins at a road course. Legit, one of the best road course drivers. If this was strictly a road course type circuit, he'd be in the top betting favorite, probably to win at top 4. So I'm all on Dinger, 12-1 as well. Brandon, what is your next one, my friend?
Christopher Bell, another road course guy that I think is just doing well in the next gen car that I can't steer away from at 12-1. I don't have the stats to really back it, but the way he's been in the mix this year, and he seems to always be around at a road course. He's been close to getting a couple wins. He was there at Atlanta. He's going to have a win this season, at least one. He'll be in the playoffs, and it could come as early as at the circus this weekend.
My next one, now just listen to this. Last year, this guy's road results. Just listen, and then I want you to guess the driver. 2nd, 6th, 10th, 10, 9, 6. Those are his results at road courses.
Cindric?
Chris Buescher.
Oh, shit. Shoot. Yeah.
Top 10 plus 150. Worst finish on a road course was 10th last year. He is one of the most underrated road course drivers. I don't think he can win the race, but with this history of last year never finishing outside of the top 10, and I'm getting that good of a price, I absolutely have to bet Chris Buescher at plus 150 for a top 10 finish.
All right. I can't argue with that. So I want to see if you can guess this driver. For years, he has talked about at the road course. When you mentioned Larson, you mentioned Elliott, Watkins Glen, 1-2 finish multiple times. He's good on road courses, but recently you don't hear the man's name much at an oval, and you really didn't hear his name a whole lot last year at a road course. But for years in a row, the man was finishing second or first at road courses consistently.
Kevin Harvick.
No.
Oh.
God, you just want to say that. Martin Truex Jr. himself, 25-1. You have a man that was, I don't want to even call it dominating road courses, but it was getting consistent top fives, competing for the wins, winning one here and there. He was getting outdone by Elliott for a couple years at these road courses, but was right on the bumper multiple times. I can't avoid looking at his name at a road course and seeing 25-1 and not betting him.
So that basically the same thought process with me and Hamlin with my top 10.
Yes, same
basically
thing.
Just the same, basically just the absolutely the same thought process.
Recently with the car, like I don't know if he struggled with the next gen. I don't know. Like
he's struggling a little bit. Big guy's struggling a little bit.
But he's got to have a breakthrough at some point. And I just seeing that name at 25-1, and it's not a super speedway, I can't not touch him. So
yeah, it's basically just a principal play.
Yes.
It's a principal play. My next one, good road course driver. You throw out the Charlotte Oval and Watkins Glen, like those were his worst finishes. Indy last year 2, Road of America 7, Sonoma 5, Coda 8, the Indy road course in August of 2021 9th. I'm going with Austin Cindric, another proven road course winner. He's done well at Xfinity races. I think with his little bit of a slow start to the year, and also with a 21 at Charlotte and a 13 at Watkins Glen, he's getting a little bit overlooked. I'm seeing at 15-1. I absolutely love him. So I'm going to be playing Austin Cindric at 15-1. There you have it. Those are our bets for the NASCAR race at Coda for this weekend. Brandon, I'd like to thank you for coming on, taking time out of your week to tell everyone what to bet. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you on social media, my friend?
Boston Boy 83, Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter.
One more thing before I let you go. You are a huge Miami fan, and they have an absolute huge game. I believe on Friday night when this is coming out. Give it to me, big dog. Where do you think?
If we play a second half, if we play a full game like we played the second half against Indiana, we can sneak it out. But we can't have an average first half against a huge shooting team like Houston and get a win. Like I want to sit here as a homer and be like, yeah, Sweet 16, we knocked number 4 out. But I'm not overly confident. I'd love to. There's been upsets throughout. I'd love to see it. I'm still pulling for the U, man. I'll take the 7 all day. I will. But Wong has to be hitting shots early. You can't have Wong going into the second half with 4 points, 6 points. He has to be hitting contested jumpers early and stay that way if we're going to have a shot. That is going to be our key as Wong.
I like Miami there too. I have a big future invested in them, so hopefully they can get it done. I wish you nothing but the best. Make sure you give my boy Brandon a follow at BostonBoy83. Until next week, my friend.
Cast some tickets. Coda.